I could not find any pictures of this child or the abusers, so I just have just a backdrop. Zachary was born in Russia and lived in an orphanage until he was adopted. He was adopted by a couple from Massachusetts named Louis and Natalia Higier. On August 13th, 2002, Natalia was home alone with Zachary when there was an incident. Natalia originally gave two separate accounts of what she claimed happened. First, she said he fell out of his crib and hit his head on the floor. Her second account, she said he was playing on the kitchen floor when she left the room for just a few minutes. When she went back into the room, she found him laying on the kitchen floor and his arms and legs could barely move. She took Zachary to his pediatrician, who immediately had him transported to the hospital. Zachary died 2 days later. His injuries were a bilateral skull fracture, several strokes, brain swelling, and detached retinas. Natalia later told authorities that she had thrown him in the air and he hit his head on a coffee table. The police did not believe Natalia's story, and the medical examiner said it was comparable to falling out of a 3-story window. After Zachary's death, neighbors came forward and said that they had noticed some bruising and suspected child abuse but never reported it. Also, a babysitter who tended Zach on Fridays said that she noticed signs of abuse as well. State officials criticized those neighbors, saying that they should have reported the abuse. DSS said they had no contact with this family and did not know that he was being abused. Investigators found that Natalia in 1995 had taken a restraining order out against her husband but dropped it the next day. They also found that her husband Louis had a restraining order against her prior to that. Natalia pled guilty to involuntary manslaughter and was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. I feel like this really doesn't need to be said, but obviously it does. If you see something, please say something.